Oh, Monday Night Raw, Monday Night Raw. What do I have to say? Honestly, I'm surprised it was even a go-home show tonight because I didn't even know Hell in a Cell was actually this Sunday. And looking at this go-home show, this wasn't much of a go-home show, even though it technically was. But, this is them, so I guess this is how they do it. Honestly, you didn't really miss much on Raw. Mostly a lot of garbage going on. If you want to go with that. Honestly, I had more fun playing the new Spider-Man game, if you ask me, than watching Monday Night Raw tonight. Ever since I bought that game, I have just been playing that game so much nonstop, web swinging around the city, beating up bad guys, collecting items, unlocking suits, everything. Listen, if you got a PS4 or anything, buy the new Marvel Spider-Man game. Freaking penny. Like Spider-Man, the game is worth it. Okay, Spidey, just buy that game. I can tell you that because this is more fun than watching Monday Night Raw. And pretty much with Monday Night Raw tonight was in Louisiana tonight. And let me just kind of make one note about this first, since this was announced earlier today. That announced earlier today that Renee Young is is now a full-time announcer for the Monday Night Raw broadcast team. Coach is out. Renee Young is in, even though they kept noting that this is the first time ever a woman will be a full member. Some people think this is because of the whole Evolution pay-per-view, but honestly, anybody's better than Coach, okay? Anyone's better than the Coach. Because I wouldn't mind if they brought Booker T back. Renee Young being on commentary, if we give it time, maybe she'll get better, but I feel like she adds much to the table with Cole and Graves. A little. I'm not saying she's bad, even though she doesn't really say that much and just kind of makes like quick words about a couple things, or just kind of, I guess, react to the moves, because even her commentary goes a little bit off and say like, oh my god, he was attacked. Just kind of like a random line that's being said. But like I said, she's not bad on commentary. Maybe she'll get better throughout time, but you really don't really hear from her a lot on her. You almost don't even know if she's there half the time, other than the last 2 weeks. And tonight I have heard her, but we'll see where this goes. But anybody is better than Coach. They just put the Coach on the kickoff show, but the guy says so much ridiculous stuff. I'm glad they took him off the commentary table. Now, as in regarding to the show now, pretty much Dolph Ziggler. Hold on. Pretty much Dolph Ziggler, Drew McIntyre, and Braun Strowman came out to the ring. Pretty much everyone that attacked the Shield last week, from the Authors of Pain, Kevin Owens, Jinder Mahal, the Singh brother, Sunil, Drew Gulak, which I don't even know why he's even on Monday Night Raw, and he's a cruiserweight, Mike Bennett, and Mojo Rawley, as they're all standing there. Pretty much Strowman says, "We told you so," that we took out the Shield and playing a video package. So, a video package, and then Strowman said that Roman is a coward and can't handle business on his own. He cannot handle business on his own, and pretty much said that his hounds of justice are now, and he has hounds of justice, but Strowman says he has dogs of war, and that the Shield have ran rampant for so long around here, they cannot compare to his numbers or strength in numbers as the Pact, as he calls it. As Ziggler pretty much told everybody, you all stood up to the Shield and you did what was right. And McIntyre pretty much says that, they are in control now, and that they will dismantle the B team later tonight when they have their rematch for the tag titles. And Strowman says he's going to take out, Roman at Hell in a Cell when he gets his hands on him. Next thing, the Shield comes out, and they immediately beat up all the heels in ringside. Okay, they pretty much destroy everybody. The Authors of Pain, Owens, all of them is, Strowman them got out of the ring, and then Ambrose pretty much had these axe handle sticks where they just start beating up everybody. So the Shield pretty much made light work out of everybody with some sticks and just beating the crap out of them after even coming out. So 3 guys just beat up like 8 people or 9 people out there. And I know some are going to say they pretty much making guys like Elias and others look bad, or Owens and the Authors of Pain should be being built up, but they just pretty much beat the crap out of them with a whole bunch of sticks the Shield took out then. So they pretty much went on from that. Since they, like I said, they get destroyed last week, but they just destroyed these guys in like 5 minutes. Next thing you know, the Shield and cops, I guess right in the back is Corbin, pretty much says you don't want to get arrested for assaulting police, don't you? And said that the Shield have to go, and if the Shield come back, that Reigns and Rollins will be stripped of their titles tonight. So so you don't want to piss off the cops, even though they did steal a police cruiser last week to get back into the arena. Oh God, well, first match we have to have the Bella match for the night. Good God, this was bad. Nikki Bella going against Ruby Riott after they went to their locker room and the Riot Squad pretty much wrote stuff all over it. Listen, this match wasn't really that bad, I'll say, but I know where this is leading up to, okay? Because that tag match was god-awful last week, mostly due to Brie Bella, but looking at this Ruby Riott and Nikki Bella match, and, Graves is saying that, the Bellas have all these reality shows and whatever, YouTube and clothing company, and I don't know, and saying that the Riot Squad would like to have that, even though they don't look like they wanted, they just want to destroy everything and have the stuff the Bellas really want. But Nikki Bella won with the Rack Attack 2.0 after Bree stopped, I think it was Liv Morgan, from getting in the ring. Listen, we all know where this is leading. It's unfortunate to where this is leading, because they're trying to make this Nikki Bella versus Ronda Rousey thing at this Evolution pay-per-view, which no one wants to see as much as the Trish and Bliss match. And you can see why they have low ticket sales right now, and they haven't even sold out the entire event yet. It's funny, they haven't sold out, but they call it so historic, okay? They say it's historic, it's historic. Hey, All In was historic and sold out in under 30 minutes. I don't know how much tickets this Evolution sold, but it's low ticket sales right now. And you really want to build up Nikki Bella versus Ronda Rousey? Good luck to you, because that match sounds dumb. It really does. It sounds dumb, and no one wants to see it. And they gotta make the Bellas look strong. Even they got to fight the Riot Squad again this week. The Big Show, who was in his gear for some reason, pretty much talked about the Connor's Cure charity, which he actually named all the kids that had like wrestling names. So it was actually a pretty, it was a pretty nice segment. I'll go with that. It wasn't bad, just them talking about the whole Connor's cure thing, and pretty much doing a nice thing for a lot of kids there. So I'm not really gonna get mad at that. I don't know why I should be, but that wasn't bad. I just don't know why Big Show was in his gear. Next, Rockstar Spud with the AOP, which I don't even think they're being called Authors of Pain anymore, since they just say AOP now, saying that the Authors of Pain will not be ignored, and told them they forget, let's tell them like not to let everyone forget the carnage they caused. Even though we just saw these guys get the crap kicked out of them by the Shield, they're talking, Spud's talking about how, we're the toughest team out here, even though, like I said, they just got beat up by the Shield nearly 30 minutes ago. And Authors of Pain, they went against some jobbers. Why do they keep facing jobbers for? Haven't we passed that stage already? And once again, Rockstar Spud is dressed as one of the Authors of Pain. He didn't have the big vest on, but he had the matching pants and tank top. Why is he dressing like them? It just looks like their little kid brother out there trying to, follow the leader or something. I called them a discount mini Shield, or a discount Shield, I believe I said last week. So that's where that's kind of going with. I don't know what they're doing with the Authors of Pain now. I don't get it. I don't know why they're still facing jobbers. I don't know why Rockstar Spud is even their manager. And they just got the crap kicked out of them by the Shield. So it's hard to believe these guys right now. One thing I will say was a lot of video packages for SmackDown regarding Hell in a Cell this Sunday. But they brought out Triple H in, who pretty much talked about the Super Show, in Australia. Triple H talked about how the era was back and that Undertaker, him and Taker would do this out of mutual respect and that they are legends. And, a lot of legends pretty much told their predictions. But a lot of people said Undertaker got 81% of the vote of winning. But Triple H pretty much went on to say Shawn Michaels was giving his opinion last week, but it bothered the Undertaker, and he pretty much laughable that Undertaker was so bothered by Shawn's comments last week. And Triple H pretty much went on to say insult Taker. He was trying to bait Michaels over his opinions, and it made Triple H angry. And now Undertaker has lost his respect for Shawn, and now Undertaker's pretty much lost respect for himself. And Triple H said, it's proof that Taker didn't show up like the person he was last week to tell him face to face. And, about the past 4 matches he's had him and Shawn Michaels. And talk about the R and streak and the mystique. That's all away from the Undertaker now. He doesn't have that streak. Because now you see the Undertaker is now just a reputation. And his last epic moments, he's going to pretty much blame Triple H and Shawn for his demise and stuff. But Triple H says now it is personal. And he says he's going to put the dead man down in Australia. It's kind of funny that they went with Roman. He said he was going to put the dead man down. So I guess we got to put the dead man down again, as Triple H puts it. So it wasn't a bad promo. But listen, I'll tell you one thing. They're hyping this match more than they're hyping Hell in a Cell this Sunday. I can give you a point right there. They are really hyping that up. Okay? So they really trying to make this Undertaker and Triple H thing as big as possible, especially for a glorified house show in Australia. Building up like a Mania match. The B team went against Ziggler and McIntyre for the tag team titles. There wasn't much to say from here. I didn't even think the B team were in it anyways. The Claymore kick zigzag combo won. Next thing you know, Seth Rollins and Dean Ambrose pretty much start taking out Rollins and McIntyre then. And they pretty much talked about they were going to be arrested, since they showed back up. They even went to a video package. Also, Mick Foley is here tonight pretty much to talk about, to commemorate the 20-year anniversary of The Undertaker and, Mick Foley match all the way back in 1998. And, pretty much Mick Foley's entire bump off the Hell in a Cell match, okay? Or Mankind, if you want to go with that. But, they pretty much went back to that whole arena 20 years ago and how he was thrown off the stage. And they pretty much had old clips of people from Lawler, Jericho, JR, and Kofi Kingston. And pretty much talk about how, Mick Foley was thrown off of the cell and then got back in the ring and continued the match and was chokeslammed through the cell when he was facing The Undertaker many years ago. Kevin Owens came out then as they pretty much went to Baron Corbin after the commercial break, saying you guys have to be arrested. But Rollins said, you banned the Shield, okay? Those guys went down to Bourbon Street. This is Seth Rollins and Dean Ambrose. We're not the Shield. We don't have Shield gear on. And then they even brought in a sheriff and pretty much talked about Corbin was about to be arrested and he was going to read Corbin his rights, but him and Seth wanted to face private. Ambrose pretty much walked with the cop then and say, talked about putting an idea to some sort of stop sign and searching his car, and Rollins came out and he thanked him, but we don't need to file charges, not right now. And then Ambrose said, I'll call you the next time I'm arrested. So I don't know where this whole thing was going, but Seth did have a point though. Listen, those guys, you had us arrested for no reason. Braun Strowman and everyone else beat us up and did that brawl last week. Why weren't they arrested? Which is a really good point he points out there. Why weren't they arrested, but the Shield was arrested for no reason last week? Made no sense. That whole show didn't make sense last week. But then we went to Kevin Owens pretty much beating up Tyler Breeze and taking him out. And he pretty much went on to blame Bobby Lashley. So the reason why Kevin Owens quit last week and returned, because he blamed Bobby Lashley for pretty much injuring Sami Zayn. Which I'd say, why is he beating up Lashley for him to begin with? But he's the reason why he quit, and he's the reason why he came back. and what he did to Lashley is only the beginning, and he was going to take him out, and that's going to be, anarchy, agony, and destruction, and that's all Bobby Lashley's fault. Listen, they had a chance to build this up, but it's kind of just was strange to me last week that he quit 1 week, but he returned the next week, and now he's in a feud with Bobby Lashley because he's the reason why he quit and came back, because of Sami Zayn being hurt many months ago. Why is this a feud? They had time. They could have built this up into something, or a lot of people say he could have been the next Paul Heyman guy. But that, like I said, that idea is pretty much scrapped now. And it was an intriguing idea at first, but they kind of ruined that. So I don't know where this Lashley feud is going with Kevin Owens, but I guess we'll see where this goes. But I'm not sure how great this will be coming out of it, but I guess we'll see what goes on from here. Bobby Roode and Chad Gable went against the Ascension again. I don't know. Chad Gable won with his Chaos Theory German suplex as they celebrated. I don't know why this is a team. Is this leading to a feud with Bobby Roode and Gable? Maybe. I don't even know. But facing the Ascension 2 weeks in a row now, who really cares? And was the Ascension beat up earlier in the night by the Shield also? So who really thought they were going to win this match? Who really thought they were? For some reason, they went through some People's Choice Awards, which is kind of funny. Raw is nominated as the best show of 2018. I don't know what show they're watching, but this show is god-awful. Ziggler and then we're complaining about the Shield as Corbin came back and says you got to defend the titles this Sunday against Rollins and Ambrose, which this entire feud has all the titles centered around both of these two teams. So I feel like I said, the Shield's going to walk out with a lot of gold this Sunday. I really do believe that. And Corbin, he pretty much went on to say you got to make Stephanie happy, and that Strowman wants him to take the title off of Reigns. But next thing you know, Strowman was going big dog hunting, so we'll get to that in a second. Ronda Rousey and Natalya went against Alexa Bliss and Mickie James. This wasn't a bad match, but I just really find it funny when they really try to make Bliss get so much offense on Rousey. It's just ridiculous and laughable. Mickie James is one thing, but it's just so funny how they really still trying to build this feud up still. And I guess they're really trying to target Rousey's ribs, like that's the weak point. Even after Rousey, Pentagon Junior Rousey there did her armbar break thing on Mickie James. Bliss pretty much came in and kicked her in the ribs. But does anybody in their right mind believe Ronda Rousey is really going to lose this Sunday? Why is this match happening again? Does anybody believe she's losing Sunday? I know they're trying to make this give Bliss some type of chance and offense, but come on, man. Is anyone really going to believe this? Seriously. We know she's not going to beat Ronda, so why are we still continuing this? We know it's not happening. The tag match wasn't that bad, though, but it's like who's going to win this Sunday. Elias came out and did his whole song thing as usual. Well, he didn't do his song thing, but he was talking to, I guess, someone in the back until Strowman just starts throwing guys around on the whole production great since he was looking for Roman. Rousey was in the back about her ribs and even saying that even on my worst day, I'm still the best. Elias was in the ring. He talked about the Saints losing last night and, making fun of New Orleans, doing his song thing until Mick Foley came out. There was a big Foley chant, and he's talking about Elias and his voice, and talk about he was the future and everything, but he was here to talk about the 20th year anniversary of the Hell in a Cell match with The Undertaker. As Elias says, I watched you as a kid get thrown off the cell, and you got back up and got chokeslammed again. Well, this is then, that was then, and this is now. And that Foley is a broken man singing the same song as people chanted Mr. Sacco. Next thing you know, Mick Foley starts cutting a promo in, talking about the future and that this is the future right now. And, he paid an uninvited visit last week to Stephanie McMahon, said he needed to be part of this Hell in a Cell thing. He didn't want to sit on the sidelines. He didn't want to sit at home because he talked about what he did in that cell and how he got up even though when he was almost dead, and that he kept ringing the bell, and he pretty much wanted to be in the structure. He didn't want to be on the sidelines. He says, this Sunday at Hell in a Cell, he will be in a Hell in a Cell with Braun Strowman and Roman Reigns as the special guest referee. This is out of the blue, but I'll give you one thing: Mick Foley can still cut one great promo, a very passionate promo, and people will sink into that and love it. So the crowd did like Foley for his promo. He can mostly cut a promo than I would say damn near 80% of the roster. So Mick Foley does still have it, and he's going to be in the match this Sunday. So it is interesting that he's in it, but do we need a special guest referee? But since it's the 20-year on the cell, I guess they just had to add him in one way or another in this whole title match. So you know that's going to be the main event this Sunday, especially in a Hell in a Cell match, and now Mick Foley's going to be part of it, unless he's taking some insane bump and going to screw someone over. I don't really know. But as he was starting to leave, Elias told him to get out, but Foley came back in the ring and he said, you sing millions every week to millions of people, but now you're going to be in a match. I get to book it, alright? Since I get one more chance to. I've been at home for 18 months. I'm Mick Foley. He said he was going to say whatever he want, and then he put him against Balor, which the match wasn't bad, but come on, Finn Balor needed to win. He's lost like 2 Raw main events in a row now, I believe. He lost last week and to Strowman the week before. Well, I think he lost Strowman. No, he lost to Roman in that title match the night after SummerSlam. So Finn needed a win, even though I feel like they still have no direction for Finn other than trying to throw him against Corbin so many times. They went to Lashley then. Next thing you know, Lio Rush is there. Why is Lio Rush on Raw? And next thing you know, he's talking about how Lashley is great and he smells like money, and Lashley's lifting weights, and even he took his headphones off and said, I'm working out, right? And he says, my man, Leo, pretty much hit him in the in the back on his shoulder real hard, and Rush is praising. Listen, I'm getting to this point now. I think I may understand this. They're gonna bring all the cruiserweight guys and the 205 Live people, and they're all gonna serve as managers or mouthpieces to the roster for people that can't really talk. Why is Lio Rush here? First you put Rockstar Spud with the Authors of Pain, so now you got Lio Rush is about to manage Lashley, or is his motivator now? I don't see where this is going. Because now, what are we doing now? I feel like all the cruiserweights are going to be mouthpieces. All the little guys are people they're going to put as, and they're all going to, talk for the bigger guys for some reason. I don't even know why Drew Gulak's on Raw. Who will he manage next week, huh? I'm sure he'll be managing someone soon enough. So you get all the cruiserweights, folks. All these cruiserweights now showing up, and now managers. That's where this is going. They're being used as managers. With Rockstar Spud and now Lio Rush appearing out of nowhere, I don't know what will happen next. Undertaker will be here next week. Braun Strowman pretty much came out, said he was sick of waiting for Roman Reigns. He wanted to face him now, but he didn't come out and called him a coward. And he says the Shield won't be there to help him. And if Mick Foley gets in my way, he's gonna take him out and make him being thrown off the cell by Undertaker like a paper cut. The way he does them is Sunday. Roman's music hit. Strowman started looking around. Roman was on the announce table, hit a Superman punch. They kind of brawled at the stage area. Strowman was going to put him through a table, but Roman lifted him up and did a Samoan drop, and they both went through the stage as Roman got to his feet and held the title up. This wasn't much of a really great angle ending off the show with just him doing that. And, if you look at 50-50 booking, with Roman, the champion standing tall, you would think Strowman is going to win this Sunday. That's what some would think if that goes through. But knowing his company, they will find a way to get Roman to still win, even though he put Strowman through a cage. It wasn't really that great of an ending going off from Monday Night Raw tonight. I can tell you that right there. But with Foley as the referee, I guess we'll see where this goes. But then again, I've said it before. I didn't know this was a go-home show tonight. I forgot the pay-per-view was really this Sunday. So this is a go-home show. This is really a go-home show. It wasn't much of a go-home show from looking what I watched tonight. And for Hell in a Cell, I'm probably looking for a little bit more forward to after the SmackDown matches than I can say with the Raw ones, because there wasn't really a lot going on other than the Shield and against Strowman Ziggler and McIntyre. But you know, they're not the Shield if they don't, all three of them don't show up together. Seth says, like, no, you sit the Shield away. We're Seth Rollins and Dean Ambrose. You could see they were different. They had different gear on. They didn't have Shield gear on. They were wearing different clothes. Same with Roman at the end. And you know, other than Mick Foley being back and Triple H cutting his promo, it wasn't a lot to say from here other than tag team matches from last week. Cruiserweights now being mouthpieces. The women's tag match wasn't that bad, but you know Rousey's still going to win this Sunday. I'm trying to think what else. I don't really care about the Nikki Bella versus Ruby Riott match. Just, I don't know, man. Just the Bellas are just bad, but I'm not going to say the match didn't suck all the way like it did last week, but you know they're doing this as much to build this into this Evolution pay-per-view thing to try to get this over. But like I said, they ain't selling enough tickets right now. But that's my review for Monday Night Raw tonight. That's what was really going on, especially in this go-home show. Like I said, you would forget this was a go-home show tonight. But, like I said, Raw wasn't, you know, it was just kind of there with stuff that whatever I explained right now, and just to get Roman over as much as possible. But hey, that's my review. You can tell me what you thought about the show tonight, if you even liked it or not, or Raw just sucked as general like it's been usually doing, or did you actually think this show was somewhat good this week, or good in general? Comment, subscribe to tell me what you think about the go home show for Hell in a Cell night, other than the highlights and a lot of lowlights going on from here. But I am off. I'm going back to play this new Spider-Man game because I probably had more fun with that than watching the show. I was actually distracted playing PlayStation at one point, and I had to rewind the show a couple times to make sure I knew what was going on. But that's my review for Monday Night Raw. I will see you guys later. Peace out, and comment and subscribe, and tell me what you think about Raw tonight. I'm out. Peace.